Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. To be honest, I don't even know what to talk about because beginning of this stuff is a lot of build up. It doesn't. Some of the stuff doesn't really go anywhere. Like the scene with Victoria, Chance, and eventually Nick. You know what he does? He questions him about the same thing over and over again. About the investigation, about if their dad had something to do with it. And Victoria in the beginning kind of took the offense when it came towards this interrogation. Smith is saying, "What are you going to do? You're going to lock up my brother for an accidental death? Like, what's going on?" So, in all reality, it doesn't really go anywhere. And while Adam is Smith there trying to get information out of Abby, he realizes that Abby doesn't really know more than, well, anyone else. And in the beginning, she's like, "Yo, listen, I'm not going to tell you anything." But then right after that, and I don't really understand her, she talks to Chance, and she's like, "Listen, I want to know what's going on." And he's like, I can't tell you this stuff that's going, during the active investigation. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, no, I know all that, but I still got to know." And I'm like, "What? I don't get that." Okay, because towards the end of their talk, and she's like, "Thank you for sharing this with me and everything like that," because he did tell her his theory. Told him some information, and she was like, "Wouldn't it be better if you just drop it and just let it go?" I'm like, how could you even sit there and ask him that as his wife? You don't think like you don't think integrity means anything to him? And she does sit there and he asks her, like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, "Well, I would like you to stop, but I know that you took being a cop and everything like that. You take your job seriously. So whatever you decide is what you're gonna is I'm totally happy with that. Like whatever you do, no pressure from me. You do what you feel is right." I'm like, well, if that was the case, then why are you asking him? I felt like in a lot of ways she kind of contradicted herself throughout that whole talk about how she wants him to do something, but at the same time she's not going to ask and she's going to trust that he does the right thing. I'm like, well, if that was the case, then why even, like, what? And what I don't even understand about him is that he didn't even sit there and seem like he was too firm in the situation. He's like, "Oh, well, I can't sit there and tell you anything." All right, I'll tell you a little bit of privileged information. Just keep it under your hat. Well, what do you want me to do? What's the difference? What she wants you to do? You know what you have. I think that's why I found that whole conversation so infuriating. Not to mention the fact that he's investigating his family. And you would sit there and think that whoever this commissioner is would be like, yeah, I can kind of see a conflict of interest. I think I should assign somebody else. Yeah, I can't really do that because we don't really have anyone else. All right, James, you're going to do it, but we want you to sit there and be objective about it. Even though it is your family, your family-in-law and everything like that, we feel you can do it. This whole thing it doesn't feel right, but whatever. Um, Now Adams just then tries to ask Sally one more time, "What's the scope? You were sitting there dangling that you had some sort of scope for me. That you had inside information. What is it?" And of course she's like, "Listen, I'll tell you if you tell me the truth." But before they really got a chance to really hash it out, Chloe came in there and she shut that ish down. He was gone and she was just like, "Yo, have you lost your damn mind?" And she tries to, well, more or less knock some sense into her by being like, "Yo, Adam is this, Adam is a viper, yada yada yada." Now, of course, I guess apparently she dated him also, but Sally's like, he's changed. He's a different person now. He's not the snake they used to be, which is a total lie because he's exactly the Snake that he used to be. Hell, this guy actually went back to Chance later on and was like, "Yo, listen, I can help you take down my dad. You're not gonna get anywhere by yourself, but I can get you the inside scoop. I can help you take him down." I'm like, honestly, to tell you the truth, right then and there, because I don't really know the family dynamic as far as all the stuff that their family did to Adam and Adam's done to his family and stuff like that. So I can't sit there and be like, well, I think that Adam is totally justified in his actions. Because the only thing I can see is, well, I understand why your family treats you the way that they do. You're willing to sit there and sell out your dad because I don't know reasons and bad history or whatever. I can see why in a lot of ways he's the black sheep of the family. Now, I'm not gonna, I know people in the comment section who has been watching the show longer than me will probably tell me all the different ways and why I'm wrong, why Adam is doing the right thing. Please tell me in the comment section. But I'm just telling people as someone who doesn't have the history that everyone else does, what I'm seeing this from. I'm seeing this from as this dude is a damn snake. And it seemed like Billy was actually kind of right as far as telling him to not trust him. But, time will prove itself, and I guess we'll just see. Now, I like Victor, but I feel like when he was sitting there talking to Sally, I don't want to sit there and say this was a pointless conversation, but all he basically did was come in there and say, he appreciates the way that she's handling the story as far as the Ashland case, and you know, just keep doing what you're doing. Because if you don't, well, we want you to be. I want you to be a part of this future. If you don't do anything stupid to screw it up, more or less, you've kind of given her a warning. So he walks out, and then she gets visited by Adam. Two Newmans in one day. Now, after the interrogation, because that's literally what it was, with Chance, Victoria's like, yo, we gotta sit there and give Daz a heads up. Nick is still furious at the fact that he intervened, um, and now made everything worse. So they go back to the ranch. They talk to Victor. Victor's already pissed off. Victor is, because I missed an episode, and apparently Nikki knows about the cover. So now Victor's like, yo, you got her involved, you got Nikki involved, you got your sister involved, and now you're coming to the house attacking me. And the only thing I tried to do was protect everyone. And I guess in some ways, like in some ways, Nick kind of was like, yeah, we are kind of doing that. Um, and I guess he also realized, you know what, listen, it's too late to really be sitting there arguing with him, to be going back and forth, because that's just pointless. So, he's like, you know what, listen, let's just kind of be on the same page about this. Like, how should we handle this? And, Victor's like, listen, we will just have a united front. We'll all stick to the story, we'll stick to the plan. He has nothing. Regardless of what he's sitting there questioning, he has nothing. So, if we stick together, we'll be fine. Of course, there's Adam. I have a feeling by the end of this, Victor is going to take the fall for this whole thing. Yeah, he, is going to be found out that, everyone knew. Nikki and Adam. Nikki and Victoria and Nick knew. But he's going to sit there and take all the blame. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be the person that's going to go down. And it makes me think, the same way I was sitting there talking about this in General Hospital, as far as Sonny, this is Sonny's last ride, they're kind of setting up the story for Sonny to go down. aka Maurice Bernard's retirement. And I'm just wondering, is that the same thing that's going to happen to Victor? He's been playing this character. I think Sonny or Maurice Bernard said that he's been playing the character for like 20 years, and Eric said that he's been playing the character double the amount. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to sit there and tell as far as his acting, as far as his mood and everything like that, because I feel like maybe because Maurice Bernard is more of a social media person, that you can just kind of feel that in some ways that he's just done. But with Eric, I can't tell. Um, I also don't really follow him on social media as much, so maybe I should do that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe this is just a way of him going down one last ride to protect his family and being taken out by one of his sons, just like in a hospital. Again, I could be reaching. I gotta sit there and wonder who actually didn't date Adam. Like, I'm pretty sure Sharon probably dated him, and Chloe dated him, and Sally obviously dated him, but who the hell else? Because I feel like, except for maybe Sharon, Chelsea. Chelsea dated him also. I don't know. It's just Chloe just seemed like she just has got the bitter version of him. Because Chelsea still wants to be with him. Sally still wants to be with him. Sharon, well, Sharon's married, so at that, I mean, well, she was married, so at that point, she just kind of just gave up on that. But it's like, damn, like looking at somebody's, when you sit there and look at somebody's dating history, and you look at their resume, and you sit there and see somebody who's just that bitter, you sit there and wonder, was it just her, or he had a lot to do with it? I don't know. In a lot of ways, I kind of feel like that's pretty much about it. Yeah, I think I kind of covered everything. So, or at least the most pertinent information. But if I miss anything, please let me know in the comment section. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see everyone in the next video.